Hello, and welcome to Winning Classroom Management. This is a web series that is designed to help you restore the joy of teaching. We are looking at relationships in this web episode. I am Aaron Daffern, an author, educator, coach, and trainer. And what I wanted to talk about today is relationships. Now remember, learning requires a solid foundation. And unless we have these four keys, belonging, relationships, engagement, and discipline, much like a table can't stand without four legs, your classroom won't be able to withstand the weight of the learning that you want to bring to your kids. So they need all four of these, and this episode is looking at relationships. So we need to go back to our child development courses and really hone in on attachment theory, because that's going to play a key part in winning classroom management. So attachment theory is this idea that there is a deep, enduring emotional bond between people called attachment. Most children naturally will form attachments with their primary caregivers, so that's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, but teachers can serve as secondary attachment figures. So can pastors and priests and coaches and group leaders, but teachers can definitely serve as secondary attachment figures. Now, why does that matter to us? Well, secure attachment, that means when you have a secure relationship or a secure, deep, enduring emotional bond between a child and a trusted caregiver, such as a parent or, in this case, a teacher, it provides a safe harbor from which the child feels free to explore. The world is a scary place. And if children don't have a secure attachment, at least one, the more the merrier, they're not going to feel emotionally and psychologically safe enough to go out and explore. And you can't guarantee that every kid walks into your classroom with a secure attachment. Learning is risky, and if we want them to explore new things and to be open to new ideas and to grow and be challenged and be pushed, they need to feel safe, which means they need to have a deep attachment with an attachment figure, and you could be it. Secure attachment lets children take academic risks. Now, some of your students are going to walk into the classroom and they've got two loving parents. Their home is stable. They have siblings that love and care for them. And we have several that don't. They don't have any of those things, or they have some of those things missing. You as a teacher can change the direction of a child's life simply by forming a deep and powerful relationship with them. And if they don't have a secure attachment either with you or with a trusted caregiver at home, they're not going to be ready to learn. So what are the ways that we can evaluate our relationship, and why does it really matter? So think about your students. Ask yourself these questions. Do students instinctively move toward you or away from you? If they move toward you, that means you have a strong relationship. But if they instinctively move away from you, something's missing there. Are students genuinely glad to see you? When they walk into the classroom and their eyes light on you, is there a smile? Does their mood brighten a little bit? Are they excited because they get to see you, because they get to be a part of your class? Or is it anger? Or is it just numbness? Is there just nothing there? If there's not a positive reaction, something might be missing. Now, if it happens once, maybe it's the day. But if it happens for an entire week, every single time a child sees you as the teacher, something's missing. And that relationship is not as strong as you think it might be. Do they readily share their work? Do they ask you to help them with problems? Do they make little drawings for you? Do they show you things? If they feel a secure attachment with you, they will easily and quickly share their ideas and their thoughts with you. But if they're closed and guarded, that means that relationship is not strong. So what are the benefits? Well, there are some psychological benefits of healthy student-teacher relationships. Once again, it goes back to our secure attachment. Not only does it provide a safe harbor for students from which they can explore a scary world, it also results in a healthy personality, the development of their emotional well-being. There are a lot of benefits of secure attachment. But there are also some behavioral benefits. Students whose own needs are met are better equipped to meet the needs of others. We can't ask kids to act right and to be generous and open and kind towards others unless their own needs are filled. You can't pour water from an empty glass. And so by building this strong student-teacher relationship, we are filling their glass so that they are open and generous toward others. Students develop internal models based on their attachment type. Now this is where it gets really serious, because how students view themselves will impact their entire psychological development and the trajectory of their life. When they have a secure attachment, they view themselves as worthy of love. They view others as trustworthy and caring. This greatly impacts how they interact with others. So once again, the secure attachment can be with you, the teacher, can be with a parent, caregiver. The more, the merrier. But the inverse is also correct. When they do not have a secure attachment, we call that insecure attachment or disorganized attachment. They view themselves as unworthy of love, others are not trustworthy, and others do not have their best interests at heart. And that shows up in misbehavior. So how students feel attached to prominent adults in their lives directly impacts their behavior. So how do we do it? There are many different ideas. Here are just 3 ways to get started. First, interact with the whole child. Students are not just a performance band. They are not just a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 student. They are whole children. So they've got hobbies, they've got interests, they've got fears, they've got dreams. They're God's creation. So get to know them. If they play Roblox, learn the lingo. If they watch certain movies or shows, or they listen to K-pop, find ways to interact with them. Ask them about their future, their family, what they like to do over the weekend. The more you get to know them, the more you're going to develop that intimacy that is going to develop that secure relationship. They're not just a performance band. They are a whole human being, and they need to be treated as such. You can actively cultivate social interactions. So one way that has been popularized on social media over the past few years is greeting students at the door. It may seem cheesy, but you know what? It works. It sets the expectation for the day. If you greet them with a smile, if you welcome them, if they feel like they belong there, this is where the relationships help that belonging from the last episode, then that's going to change their mood, and that's going to strengthen the relationship. So greeting students at the door is a great way to get each class period started. You can also take the 2x10 challenge, right? So find the student that needs the most attention. You know the one that needs the most attention because they're the worst behaved student. Remember, all behavior is communication, and when they are communicating loudly with misbehavior, that means they need something extra. They feel disconnected, they feel unloved, they feel insecure. So take the 2x10 challenge. Find your most troubling students. Spend 2 minutes a day with them for 10 straight school days. And in those 2 minutes a day, just talk with them. Let them drive the conversation. Talk with them about just random stuff, their life, their world, what they like to do. Not helping them with math or helping them with their essay. No content-related items. 2 minutes a day for 10 straight school days. See what that relationship is like at the end of the 2x10 challenge. And then finally, bring yourself into the classroom. Become a real person instead of a cardboard cutout. That means open up. If you want them to be vulnerable, you've got to demonstrate that first. Share what you do for fun. Talk about your pets, your family. Kids love hearing crazy stories about their teachers' kids, or fun places they went on vacation with photos or videos. Now, obviously, you don't want to bring all your problems and your mess into the classroom, but be real. Just bring yourself into the classroom. And trust me, I've seen many teachers that for some reason or the other, they bring in a college team. So they might be a huge college football fan, and by the end of the year, every single kid in that classroom is rooting for that college team. It's because if it matters to the teacher, it's going to matter to the kid, and that's going to strengthen the relationship. So students can only learn when they feel safe and secure. So when you build those secure attachments with students, those deep relationships, you're building a strong foundation for learning. If you have any other questions or you want to find out more, you can find me at my website, aarondaffron.com, or email me at aarondaffron@gmail.com.